I realized that there was only really one option for my first listing. Just typing this in right now is so scary. Let's go, what the fuck? That was so random. What? Oh my god. Yes! Oh my god. Yes!
Much better than
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, bro, that was so fast. Yes! Oh my god! What? Yes! Okay, so to refresh your memory a bit, I ended March with the goal of getting a run of 65% or more from zero. In other words, passing the dreaded but iconic network spider. I already mentioned in the last video how this might seem like a bit of an easy goal, but I'm honestly expecting a big mind block with the spider from zero. Maybe also with the UFO at 45, or both. I guess we'll just see. So, did any of that end up happening? The way I wanted to work myself up to this goal was by getting the level in 3 runs in the first week, getting it in 2 runs in the second week, and spending the rest of the month trying to actually get 65% plus. There ended up being a lot of surprises throughout the month, among others the fact that I actually returned to the level before June had even started. So technically this isn't so much month 2 of network as it is month 2.4878048. Point is, on May 21st, after 2 failed memory projects, at least the videos turned out pretty good. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic here. I started to get back into the habit of playing this level. Relearning it honestly ended up being kind of a pain. Even by May 30th, over a week after picking it back up again, I basically had no runs, but I decided I nonetheless wanted to start streaming again. This leaves me with a frustrating situation right now because of my 19 streams after March, only 17 of them were actually done in June. So like, do I have 17 June streams or 19? Like, I don't know. I didn't really end up getting anything impressive on this first stream. No, what? No. But the very next day when I streamed again, I like popped off somehow. I got 65 to 100. What the fuck? 59 to 91 and 44 to 71, which at the time was my best run from that percentage. Okay. On stream, I didn't really play that well from zero, but that didn't matter either, cause off stream, I had already gotten 2 attempts to 37, one of them almost making it back to the UFO. What the fuck? To clarify, this means I had practically achieved my week 1 goals a day before week 1 had even started. I do want to mention that when I had formulated those week 1 goals, I was thinking of a different set of 3 runs, and I'll explain why that's important in a sec. Something I wanted to strongly point my focus towards this month was progress from zero. One of the biggest issues March left me with is that I had next to no consistency with the first third. Aside from the fact that I had only passed 37 a single time, I only even got, I shit you not, 6 attempts past the first 17%. On that note, about halfway into this month, I got incredibly sick of always having to refer to each section by the percentage, so I came up with some names to call every part. Except for 80 to 85, no one really cares about that part. I'm not gonna list off every single one, but this graphic should be enough for you to not get confused, right? You're a smart little kid, I know that very, very well. To rebalance my abilities with each section, something I did quite early into coming back to the level was always trying to play every single part in one session. This also made me better at connecting all the parts with each other, as evidenced by me somehow getting to the spider from 7 the next day.
What did you just do?
What the fuck? That same session, I also got a record-breaking 4 bump attempts, one of them even making it back to the UFO. What the fuck? That was like, what? I was beyond impressed with my progress at this point and went into stream 17 with a surprising amount of confidence. Okay, that's good. Yeah, bro, stream 17 of Network. Today, we're doing a charity stream for the Trevor Project. Right now, I'm gonna focus on just getting 37 to 50 to 65, and if I can't do that, I'll just try getting more progress from 0, I guess. I've kind of been like overachieving with my progress from 0, but I don't mind that because I'm probably gonna get slowed down a bit after I reach the spider. Maybe even before that, honestly. I don't know. Kind of thought I died there. I'm always cutting it so close every time with that last straight fly. I don't like it. I'm really good at the fucking UFO and swing after. But then the fucking duel and everything after that, I suck. Honestly, I'm just gonna move on. I don't really care about the second half today. And I don't have too much time to stream, so... No! I'm bad. Don't ever do that from 0, please. Oh my god. This is what I mean by I'm playing so good bad. Like, this is an insane run. Like, the farthest I've made it since coming back from 55 is 76. And I just did that to 88. Like, that's crazy. But I died to the fucking freest click in the water, bro. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while before I get another new best, because I died to this click, and this click is like really hard. But this is also like the last really, I mean the rest of the part is still hard, but this is like the last chokeable click.
It's false.
In this part. So after passing that, I should have a good chance of getting to the spider. But I'll probably fucking die to 53, let's be honest. I can't tell what's making me struggle more with this run. The fact that I'm like pretty inconsistent at this part, like the UFO here, or the fact that I'm pretty inconsistent at the spider. Such bliss, actually. It is very satisfying click pattern. It'd be a little more satisfying if I was actually consistent at the gameplay though. Oh, wow. I'm really good at this whole part today, except for 53. It's fucking insane. I might like try doing like an Uncle Sam session of just this part of 37. Because honestly, even when I'm like playing good, I don't make it to the spider that often from here. And that needs to change. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you, Tecta Stuff, for the raid. Welcome everyone! Hi people!
Wait, like big slay? Yeah, big slay.
Imnot Brody is now slay.
Imnot, come on, as if. Is it really that bad? Thank you for the follow though. Imnot Brody, I can't. Okay, so this is attempt 50,000 on network. Let's get some drum rolls. Drum rolls, please. I can't speak. Come on. Okay, I suck at these. Let's do it. No, time, bro. Come on. I mean, I did make it to 7. That was actually 4, and 4 of the circumstances, it was okay. That is now 100% definitely my highest attempt count. Oh my god. I didn't expect to tie my best on my first fucking attempt past 13. Okay. Bro, I hate dying to this. Because like, look, what do you think I died to? Oh yeah, cool. That's what I died to, yeah. Yeah? My dad brought me cucumbers. That was not necessary. That was so nice of him. Why did you do that? So jealous. I'll teleport them to Sweden real quick. Wait. I need to get them in a proper position. Oh my god, they're in Sweden now.
No.
My bad. I'm new to this teleporting shit. I'm sorry. Fuck. That's the first time I've died between 38 and 45. Okay, but I think I'm stopping there. My first actual June stream definitely left me hopeful, but I was also starting to become aware of some glaring issues, namely my lack of consistency with the ramp and with the bump. Although I had technically already achieved my goals for week 1 and could have just moved on to trying to get this level in 2 runs, I knew that to gain proper consistency, I needed to do the week 1 goals exactly how I had imagined them. 37 plus from 0 and 65 to 100 were already in the bag, but I still had to do this probably very innocently looking run, but oh my god, this run is so much harder than you might think. If you remember from last month, I'd actually tried getting this run before, but in the end shifted to doing 44 to the slide instead, which was actually a really good idea, I guess, because this would have taken me way too long. Stream 18 was still normal, with me playing every single part for at least a small amount of time, but on Stream 19, Stream 20, and 2 off-stream sessions, I completely Uncle Sammed. I'm not sure that's a proper word. During these 4 sessions, the majority of my time was spent playing from either 55 or 37, just trying to get this 28% run. 28%! The more I thought about this number, the more ridiculous it made me feel. But on June 9th, after a week of no bump attempts, or any meaningful runs for that matter, I finally got to the slide from 37. Oh my god! I did the run! That same session, I somehow also got 44 to 86 despite never practicing anything past like 70 for the last week. And I was honestly feeling a lot better about myself now. For a while, the bump and the spider have felt like parts that were just kind of beyond me in terms of difficulty, where my ability to do them consistently was incredibly limited. Now that was beginning to change. Stream 21 was just so stupid. I must have streamed this at like the exact wrong time because there was like nobody watching. That didn't stop me from popping off though. First, I got a new best run from 27, making it all the way to the slide. What the fuck? And a few minutes later, I not only got to the spider from 17, not only got to the slide from 17, no, I got to the duel from 17. What the fuck? With literally no one in the chat. Okay, but for real though, a 59% run at this point in the experience was straight coconuts. And the stream wasn't even done yet. Less than 5 minutes after going from 0, I got this run. Oh my god, okay. Which I promptly duplicated less than 20 minutes later. Fuck! No! Those were my only bump attempts that stream, and the stream itself was barely over 90 minutes. So looking back at it now, even if the stream had happened towards the end of the month, I'd still consider it an outstanding session. The next stream, I decided to focus a bit more on the start pause goal of week 2, and actually got pretty far, less than 40 minutes into the stream. Yes! Let's go! This run was certainly a surprise, and I'd probably be more impressed with it if the last third hadn't just magically become so easy to me. Seriously, I'm pretty sure I played this third the least in the last few weeks, but 9 out of 10 times, this was the area I was most consistent with. By stream 23, a little sneaky feeling had started to creep up on me that maybe I have a bit of a problem with the first third, but I didn't really have much time to think about it because on my second bump attempt, I got this run. Yes! Oh my god! Yes! My first spider attempt. This felt so overdue. This run had been in my head basically since starting this level, and even though I recognized that I had definitely underestimated it in March, I was just so relieved to finally have this done. Nonetheless, this session is bittersweet to me. For the next few streams, I was kind of aimless in a way. 65% is so much harder than 55% that the gap between them just felt too large. I began developing a lot of nerves from zero, and sometimes I wouldn't even pass the ramp for like 20 minutes straight. I really felt like I was on the precipice of developing a mind block, and sadly that wasn't entirely wrong. Yep. We're back. I just haven't been too motivated with this level yet. I mean, I think I've literally, ever since getting 55, I've probably played for a total of like maybe 4 hours. It's just like I'm really struggling with playing from zero mostly. I want to try something new out today. Like before practicing the bump, like I'm going to practice the entire second half, but before practicing the bump, I'll just play from 7 until I get like a semi-good run into the bump. Because I feel like that's kind of an issue. I really struggle like gaining consistency with the first 37 if I'm already like an hour into the session. I don't know why. Not gonna lie, this is like right now is probably some of the least fun I've had playing this level. I feel so stuck. I wanna be able to play good again from zero, please. Like I did expect a mind block to happen. Like that was clear to me. But that part, like seriously, the first set, that's the last part I would have expected to get mind blocked with. 2 shows in your life? How? Well, I actually know for a fact there's at least one person, probably 2 people in this chat that are the exact same. At least spreading false information on the timeline. Disappointing. Well, I didn't say you were... I'm defending shows right now, but I'm not the biggest fan of shows either. I think I'm just very, very particular in what shows I like. Like, for example, Breaking Bad. Everyone keeps like, or not everyone, but like so many people have told me that like, oh my god, Breaking Bad is so fucking cool. I watched the first episode. I started the second episode and I was so bored. I really don't like it when shows are like, I hear that so much. Like that.
Oh, you just have to sit through like the first season, bro.
Like
it gets good later.
Like I hate that. If I'm watching something, I want it to be good. I don't want it to waste my time for hours on end with a promise of like,
oh, it gets good later.
Like, no, I want it to be good now, bitch. I am glad that today my heart rate hasn't been too insane. Like, that's actually been a serious issue in my past 2 sessions. Every time I get even remotely far, my heart rate just starts going absolutely wild. Sugar. Like pure sugar or like something that contains sugar. I get that with like energy drinks, which is why I only drink coffee now. Coffee is so fucking good. Drinks are like, what? That's crazy. I mean, I guess I'm not often in the situation of consuming pure crystalline sugar. Crystalline or crystalline? I forgot how to pronounce it. But like even in the situations I can think of, I don't really remember it giving me that intense of an aftertaste. Elio, come on, no coffee slander like that on my channel. I'm not tolerating that. I used to mostly drink cappuccinos or like just coffee with a lot of milk. But recently I've been getting into black coffee and it's fucking fire. I love it. Like it makes me feel so good about myself because like I can drink as much as I want. It's basically just water. I mean, okay, it has caffeine, which like maybe damages your heart and shit, but whatever. There's no sugar, there's no milk, there's nothing. It's just water, yeah. Flavored water. What? Guy, no one... Please tell me, can there be a single person here who drinks black coffee? It's just because I've been drinking coffee for like 6 years or something. I started out with just only cappuccinos, maybe even like adding sugar to the cappuccino, which nowadays I think that is a deadly sin. That's the shit y'all should be complaining about, not fucking black coffee. No, you spit all over your books. No.
I do wonder what this really tastes like. Oh fuck.
I don't get that, Ellie. Honestly, I think black coffee is better with without a splash of milk. Like if I want milk, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm gonna do a cappuccino or a latte macchiato or something like that. I think coffee with a splash of milk, I find that actually pretty gross. It's like the uncanny valley of coffees.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. We're just making up shit now.
You don't like coffee? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're getting some cyanide injected into your veins. Is that even possible? I don't think that's possible. That's fair. Honestly, I get it, like if you don't like the effect of caffeine. Hot tea in the morning, even in summer, because it tastes worse than tea.
Well, it tastes worse than tea.
That is such an empty statement. Just saying
Tea tastes better than X.
is like saying molecules taste better than coffee. Like, what tea? There are so many different varieties of tea. Same thing with coffee? No. I mean, sure, if you mix a bunch of other shit into it, but at some point I don't consider it coffee. Like fucking your Starbucks Frappuccino with a little shot of espresso and 5,000 pounds of sugar, that shit's not coffee. I don't care. That's not coffee. I got way too distracted with that. I'm just gonna go from 0. I'm probably gonna suck, but I always suck from 0, so it doesn't even matter. Why? It's so insane how bad I am. It's just comical at this point. Like, I don't even know what you're gonna do except for laugh. But my luck with the first part of a level is the worst, because you just never get anywhere. And mind lock automatically makes every part afterwards harder too, because you pass it so little that like you get so nervous when you do pass it. That was pretty good. Wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to make it to the bump still. Okay, exit the level. This attempt is gonna be attempt 60,000. Are you ready for me to die in 0 seconds? Because I sure as hell am. Yeah, what a perfect indication of how this level is treating me right now. I want to take this moment to really take a step back here and get a little meta, if you will. I've changed the direction I want this video to go in from here on out multiple times because I have no idea whether to look at this stream as a turning point or as the beginning of a pretty miserable period of time with this level. Even though I was really bad at the ramp, I actually got a new best literally the day after this stream. Oh my god. Now I'm aware this might sound weird, but this new best kind of ruined me. The reason for that is because this run just didn't make any fucking sense to me, at the time at least. I had not passed 42 in the last 6 days, and the first time I finally do, I not only pass 48 again, not only pass 53 again, not only make it to the spider again, no, I get to 59. Seriously, getting to 59 is probably like half of the difficulty of this part. It took me a while to really understand what this meant. Some days I was expecting it to mean, oh, I guess I'm just always gonna be this consistent now. But no, despite getting a combined 12 bump attempts in the next 2 days, I didn't make it to the spider again. So on other days, I was telling myself that 59 was just a fluke. And getting to the spider consistently enough to pass it simply isn't gonna happen in June. But that wasn't quite true either, and after a bit of being torn between these two extremes, I just told myself, okay, let's just play this level and try to not overthink it too much. Which, doing a thing without overthinking it is actually kind of difficult for me, and this was probably the best choice I could have made in that situation. Starting on June 21st, I would get a spider attempt every single session I played Network. Sometimes more than one, mostly just one though. And I don't think that was due to me doing my best to ignore my OCD. Well, maybe it was part of it. What I realized on like stream 30, stream 31 is that there's one thing this level requires above all else, and that is patience. When I went into June, I think I imagined my experience with this level to be very linear. But with a level like this, at least in my experience, that just isn't possible. Consistency isn't some well-defined graph that sometimes goes up, sometimes goes down. No, it's a mess, constantly changing, even within a single session. And I struggled to reconcile with that, especially after 59. I expected to go from 0 and, get to the bump every, 10 or so minutes. And then maybe half of those attempts would make it to the UFO and half of those would make it past. But no, let's just look at stream 28, for example. While practicing that day, I had gotten some incredible runs in start pause. 17 to 76 and 44 to 87. The latter becoming my new best run from the UFO. No, fuck. This made me very hopeful for the rest of the session. So I went from 0. After 10 minutes, I got 47. Another 17 minutes after that, I got back to the spider. Okay. After this, I was on cloud 9. I was beyond certain that this would finally be the session I could... Yep. And that was my best run for the rest of the stream. Stream 28 wasn't even the worst of it. Sometimes it would take me like an hour to recover from a spider attempt and get back into it, which really? I know I don't have a great track record with nerves, but after the third or so spider attempt, it barely took 5 minutes for me to get back to a normal heart rate. So it was just incomprehensible to me how my consistency apparently needed sextuple that time at least. However, I decided not to think about it too much and just keep playing.
Hey, Mr. Rodriguez. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep
Dashing! By June 26th, I had a total of 51 bump attempts, 6 of which making it to the spider. My best was still 59%, but during what was supposed to be a throwaway session, I got 51 on my first attempt past the ramp. And a literal 5 attempts later, I got this run. Oh my god! What the fuck? This is when I realized that I'm absolutely capable of doing this. I was always capable of doing this, and I had waited long enough. What? Yep. Yo! What the fuck? Yo! Oh my god! Okay. Fuck! That was dumb. Yeah, in the end, I sadly wasn't able to do it. But right now, I'm actually happier with myself than I was at the end of March. I could very easily imagine a world where I ended that month with something like 41% from 0 and 55 to 93, failing quite significantly to achieve either of the goals I had. This month, I simply cannot do that. With the consistency and dedication I had, this kind of feels like one of the worst possible outcomes. And if an outcome like that is me being 1% away from the goal I set myself, I can't bring myself to complain. To me, June was an absolute success. I genuinely feel better at the game after these couple weeks. It's kind of crazy. I also grinded this level a fuck ton, like way more than I was expecting to. Mind you, I had to study for and complete finals up until like the last week. I managed to reach 71,152 attempts, probably because I was playing it like 3 hours a day in the last 2 days, and I'm going to be picking this back up in September and hopefully be beating it in October. For September, I'm going to set myself 2 goals again, which are as follows: 37 to 100 and 80% plus from 0. I'm quite confident that I can actually achieve these goals because honestly, one lucky attempt to the duel could already get me past it. Well, if I'm very lucky. Lastly, I want to thank all of you who tuned into my streams or read my tweets or even just watched this video. This is a big and important thing for me, and I'm incredibly honored to be able to share it with so many people. Alright, thank you Ellie for the thumbnail, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. I have surgery in 2 days, so I don't know, there might be some hiccups in the upload schedule. Hi guys. Okay, so I'm literally recording this at like fucking 1 a.m. I still haven't even gotten done exporting this video. You might notice that there's not any text that I usually put at like the top and bottom. I want to do these little videos at the end of every video some more. I also, gonna put this right here as a PSA, put feedback, please. I want feedback all the time. And I'll probably use these videos sometimes to review that feedback and just talk a bit about the video for whoever is interested. God, this video took me so much work. This was so much more work than I expected it to be. I actually like put it together pretty quickly, but that's just because I don't have school anymore. So I have time for everything now. But this was really quite the undertaking, and you can probably see it because it's literally longer than the last one. I think that's justified though. There was definitely more to talk about. I also tried to make this like a bit more funny than I usually make my videos. So yeah, tell me what you thought about that. And I'll see you again in a week.